Hello and welcome to the Power Circuit from the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN. It is refined to keep you updated as the power sector progresses. Here are the headlines. Minister of Power, Engineer Abubakar Aliyu, inaugurates Project Management Office team for the Presidential Power Initiative. TCN takes delivery of 15 new power substation transformers to boost bulk power transmission. More power transmission projects are underway at the National Control Center of Shobo region, says TCN official. And from the Benin Transmission Region, the Regional Transmission Manager, Engineer Isaac Okwe, says the region has had a major upgrade with the installation of 2 units of 300 MVA power transformers. Don't miss this. I am Amara Agogoesi, and you are onto the Power Circuits. The Minister of Power, Engineer Abubakar Aliyu, has charged the newly inaugurated Project Management Office team members under the Presidential Power Initiative to demonstrate excellence in discharging their duties. The minister gave the charge while inaugurating the 10-man team at the Federal Ministry of Power, Metama, in Abuja.
Engineer Liu said the Presidential Power Initiative project is the initiative of President Muhammadu Buhari, which began with the signing of an agreement with a German technology firm, Siemens, under the immediate past German Chancellor, Angela Merkel.
So the deployment of the initiative is going to be in 3 phases, as you are all aware. Phase 1, Phase 2, and Phase 3. Phase 1 is to quickly raise the operational capacity of the NESI to 7,000 megawatts, and subsequently in Phase 2 to raise it to 11,000 megawatts, and then Phase 3, which will take up to 2025, I beg your pardon, to raise it up to 25,000 megawatts. So all this will happen under a special purpose vehicle created by the federal government. And the SPV is headed by a board which the chairman is the Minister of Finance. So under the SPV, a company is created, which is the federal government of Nigeria Power Company, which has its management officers answerable to the board of that FGN Power.
While explaining the composition of the members of the PMO, the minister said 3 independent experts were selected to be supported by nominees of statutory agencies whose competencies have been proven to run the project.
So the PMO were carefully selected. We have 3 experts coming from outside the government, though there are people that we know and they have been one time or the other in the government, and some have been partnering with the government for a very long time. There are people that we know what they can offer. So we give them the opportunity to come in and let us tap their expertise and on this project that we are yearning to ensure that it succeeds. So we have 3 experts coming from independent, then the rest we drew from within, some coming from the TCN, some coming from the main ministry, some coming from the FGM Corps. So this committee of experts that are expected to drive the processes, to advise the management, the board, and the government.
The PMO arm of the Presidential Power Initiative (PPI) is headed by a non-governmental official, Mustafa B. Shehu, followed by other non-governmental expert officials, Paul Dixon and Engineer Geoffrey Nwokoye. The 7 other members were drawn from the various agencies and ministries. They are the Secretary of the PMO, Nabila Agwele, who is an official of the Federal Ministry of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Dahiru Ishiaku, a member from the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, Olufemi Akinyelure of the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing, Rabiu Yusuf of the Federal Ministry of Justice, Ekanem Efyong of the Federal Ministry of Power, Idowu Oyebanjo of the FGN Power Company, and Dahiru Moyi of the Finance Ministry.
It is now my singular honor and privilege to inaugurate the head of the PMO and the heads of the PMO and the members of the PMO.
Responding, the head of the PMO team, Engineer Mustafa Shehu, thanked the Minister of Power for bestowing trust in him and the members of the PMO to serve the country.
Nigerians are really looking forward to seeing some positive improvement in the power supply value chain. And I believe it is the wisdom of having the federal government power company and also the PMO is to address some of these gaps. So I want, on behalf of the PMO, Honorable Minister, to first of all thank you, as I said earlier on, and to assure you that we are going to give our best. In fact, we are giving our all to make sure that we meet the expectation of not only your board, but also the Nigerians, to make sure that there is a remarkable improvement in the power supply in the country through the intervention of the Presidential Power Initiative.
In his remarks, the managing director of the FGN Power Company, Kenya Nwe, lauded the minister for the effective leadership he has been providing to steer the Siemens power projects.
The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, has taken delivery of 15 new power transformers from the Apapa port in Lagos for various power substation projects. Here is a detailed report on this.
The consignments have 10 units of 60 MVA, 132 33 kV transformers, and 5 units of 150 MVA, 330 132 kV capacity transformers, making a total of 15 power transformers. Accordingly, they have all been delivered to the TCN Central Store in Ojo in Lagos for onward delivery to various TCN project sites nationwide. Upon installation and connection to the national power grid, the 10 units of 60 MVA 132 33 kV power transformers will add 637 megawatts capacity, while the 5 units of 150 MVA 330 132 kV transformers will add another 850 megawatts to the transmission network. This will increase the total capacity of the transmission system by 1,487 megawatts, while ensuring N-1 reliability criteria in the substations, which is critical in enhancing grid stability. The Assistant General Manager, Material Control and Stores at the TCN Headquarters Stores in Ojo, Lagos, Engineer Pius Nwashi, gave insight into the delivery of the power equipment.
What came in was we had 10 60 MVA transformers that came in, and out of that 10, we've already sent out, we've issued 5 already, remaining 5. Then another 100 MVA, some of them have come in as you have seen, 4 of them are in now, and the others are on the road coming with the 150 MVA. As you can see, this one is 60 MVA. That's the old stock that we have. This is not the present one that have been brought in. This is 100 MVA. As you can look over there, those ones on the trailers there are the 100 MVA, and some of them are outside waiting for them to come in and discharge.
Engineer Nwachi also said the accessories, including transformer oil, were also brought in along with the power transformers.
All these containers you are seeing, all these crates you are seeing, are the accessories to all these transformers, including all these transformer oils you are seeing all around. They are the accessories.
He also stated that some of the power transformers have already been delivered to the project sites for onward installation.
One went to Igbi. Another one went to Bauchi. That is a 60 MVA transformer. Yeah. One went to Igbi, one went to Bauchi, Gombe, and another one went to Kano. On the 60 MVA transformer, we have 5 left.
In his remarks about this milestone, the acting managing director and chief executive officer of TCN, Engineer Sule Abdulaziz, said the contract for the supply of the transformers under the Nigerian Electricity Transmission Project, NETAP, was funded by the World Bank. The TCN henchman also said this is the first time in the history of TCN that it took delivery of large numbers of transformers within a short period. These are milestone achievements for TCN as it strives to implement its short-term development plan under the Nigerian Electricity Grid Maintenance, Expansion and Rehabilitation Plan, NEGMEP.
Stick around, it's break time. The power circuit continues in a moment.
Do you know that vandalizing power infrastructure and stealing its components have negative impact on government's efforts towards improving the nation's power sector? Say no to vandalism. Vandalism leaves TCN with the enormous task of re-erecting and restringing damaged power transmission lines and towers, which cost millions of naira to rebuild. Money that should be used for transmission expansion projects to make increased bulk electricity readily available to electricity consumers through the distribution companies. Do you know that vandals are destroying our common national assets, funded with taxpayers' monies, and negatively impeding our common socio-economic progress? Say no to vandalism. Do not condone vandals, because stealing parts of electricity transmission towers and cables disrupts the transmission of generated power to distribution load centers, threatening the national grid, your comfort, and ultimately the nation's economic growth. So don't just walk away. Be involved. Do something when you observe suspicious activities around transmission installations or even vandals at work. Don't just walk away. Report to any transmission office closest to you or any security outfit around your vicinity. Say no to vandalism. TCN enjoins you to work with us to stop the willful destructions of our collective national assets as we work to transmit increased bulk electricity in the most efficient and effective manner. This message is brought to you by the Transmission Company of Nigeria. TCN, transmitting bulk electricity for national development.
As it has been its tradition of improving on power transmission projects delivery, the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, is in the process of delivering more power projects in the Osogbo transmission region. The Principal Manager, Public Affairs at TCN, Mr. Eric Ene, who was at the National Control Center of TCN in Osogbo, Osun State, brings you more reports.
The General Manager, NCC Osogbo, Engineer Balarabe Abdullahi, said the new administrative block was meant to improve the welfare of the TCN staff at the centers as the old building had become defective. Engineer Abdullahi said the project scope is within 5 months for its delivery according to the contractor. He also spoke about the implementation of his second national control centers. He further said the additional national control centers and other technology systems will improve the stability of the national grid. Also, TCN management is remodeling the control room of the National Control Center.
We are here again to take a look at another very interesting project that has been completed here at the National Control Center. The former control room has been remodeled into conference room and auditorium. I'm here with the GM. So let's take a look at the conference room. This is beautiful. So, sir, let's have an insight into how do we come about this?
We felt this hall cannot be wasted. We asked for management assistance to come in and remodel the place. At least the same people from the property and maintenance department, from the CHQ, when they came here, what they did, they decided that the best thing to be done here is to partition the place, auditorium for the training, while the conference room for subsequent technical meetings. And when we have visitors also, we look at the numbers, we attend to them at the conference room. So that's the essence of that. But you can see how beautiful money spent by the TCM management, and it looked marvelous.
The nationwide transmission network improvement efforts of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, is being felt in the Benin transmission region. The regional transmission manager of the region, Engineer Isaac Obe, shares insights on TCN investments in the region, especially with the addition of 2 units of 300 MVA power transformers at the 330-132 kilovolts Benin transmission substation.
Engineer Okwe spoke at the switchyard of the 330-132 kilovolts Benin transmission substation, also hosting the Benin sub-region under the Benin regional headquarters of TCN. The officials said TCN supplied and installed 2 units of 300 MVA power transformer as part of the expansion drive by the TCN management led by the acting managing director and CEO of TCN, Engineer Dr. Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz.
Since the new management came on board, they have been particular about reinforcing the capacity of TCN. And Benin region is a beneficiary of such reinforcement and increase of capacity. Like as here in the Benin sub-region of Benin, we are benefiting from the supply and installation of 2x300 MVA to replace the 2x150 that we have. That is 2x300, 330 or 132 kV transformers. Equal on the 132 kV side, we are going to have 1x25 MVA being added to the capacity that we already have. And that will go a long way in making sure that our transmission can take all the load needs of Benin and its axis.
The bulk power expansion drive also spreads across the entire Benin region, comprising sub-regions, the official noted, in the best effort to make more bulk power capacity available for supply to power consumers from the distribution load centers across Edo, Delta, Ondo, and Ekiti states.
It's not really stopping in Benin, the region too, in Efurun, that is Warri axis. We probably are receiving another 125 MVA transformer, which is really going to increase the capacity within Warri axis. Equally at Delta, we are going to have 187.5 MVA 330 so 132, and 75 MVA, 132/33 kV, that is going to increase the capacity that exists. And if we go to Irua, we're still going to have another 125 MVA that is replacing the 30 MVA. Presently we have 60 and 30, which is 90, but we're going to replace the 30 with 75, with Irua 125 MVA, 132/33.
The transmission project of TCN were visible at the 132/33 kV Auchi transmission substation in Edo State, where a perimeter fence project has been completed. The substation's control room has been enhanced to deliver optimally from the mobile transformer at the substation switchyard. Also, at the 132/33 kV Ondo transmission substation, still under the Benin region of TCN, more projects have been executed. To further enhance operational efficiency, the acting managing director and chief executive officer of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, Engineer Dr. Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, said the company was building over 32 office complexes nationwide, including regional, sub-regional offices and work centers. TCN commissioned the Port Harcourt Regional Office in Rivers State last year, just as Engineer Okwe also spoke about the ongoing construction of an accommodation and office complex at the Benin Regional Headquarters in Benin City.
The management is not only concerned about grid expansion, they equally take care of the welfare and well-being of the staff that is working. Before now, we have had challenges of accommodation, comfortable accommodation for staff. But this management too have taken it upon themselves. They are giving out a lot of contracts so that the old and rickety office buildings are being replaced with new and modern building complexes, so that the staff, after toiling in the storm, let's get back to the office and feel relaxed.
He stated that when the building is completed, it will provide conducive office space for the TCN members of staff.
I'm sure you can sustain your partnership with the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, in the best way you can by staying away from power lines and avoid encroaching on the right-of-way of power lines. Here are the top stories again. Minister of Power, Engineer Abubakar Aliyu, inaugurates Project Management Office team for the Presidential Power Initiative. TCN takes delivery of 15 new power substation transformers to boost bulk power transmission. More power transmission projects are underway at National Control Center, Osogbo region, says TCN official. And from the Benin Transmission Region, the Regional Transmission Manager, Engineer Isaac Ope, highlighted the major upgrade in the region, especially with the installation of 2 units of 300 MVA power transformers. As always, we have made available this episode and all others accessible for you on the TCN YouTube channel. The company has these other platforms to take feedback on its operations from you, our esteemed viewer. Keep being vigilant to prevent the COVID-19 variants by getting vaccinated and keeping to all the prevention protocols. I am Amara Agugoesi. Join the Power Circuits next week.